Alright, kidlets, your friendly Doomsday prepper hermit teacher, Mr. Marks here. Hey, I was playing with my forge the other day, and I thought about, holy crap, there's a lot of science going on in this whole dealio here. So, what I thought I'd do is I put a video together that actually I can show to all of my classes. So, hopefully you get the video here, because this stupid thing stuck in my head doesn't always go where it's supposed to. But anyway, what you're looking at is, God, this is an old forge I picked up at a farm auction about 15 years ago for 20 bucks. It's got to be, I think the date on it was like a 1903 forge. And the idea is that it was used for years ago to do all kinds of like blacksmith work for horseshoes and everything. And ooh, you can see what's going on here. I've got lead in little ingots that right now, oh, you just see that? It's all taken off, melting like crazy. Hopefully you're seeing that. But I've got it in a cast iron antique ladle, and the lead is melting and putting a lot of slag on top. And anyway, the way this thing is powered is by, well, for field ecology and bio kids, it's powered by coal. So this is coal I got from a blacksmith's like store, if you can believe there is one, down in Burlington. And the coal itself, there's different grades of coal. And this coal, if I remember right, is bituminous coal. And it's specially formulated, or especially not formulated, but it's a special type of coal that they find that's really, really, really good for hot burning. And what people don't realize is that, so what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to scrape off some of the slag. Just dump it off to the side here with my slotted spoon. Don't tell my wife, because I think it's one of her good spoons, but it works really good for this. Just drilled a bunch of holes in it. Anyway, yeah, there's all kinds of different grades of coal. Enough so that we can actually have a crossover to social studies here. Mr. Steiner's going to love this one. That goes back to a time in history during the Spanish-American War in 1898. What happened was the Americans, the American Navy and the Spanish Navy got a massive battle, and during the battle, the Spanish were getting kind of the raw end of the deal of the deal, and tried taking off. And what they have down the battleships are different bunkers of grades of coal. And anyway, the high grade of coal is always left for like high speed getaway, that kind of stuff. And the Spanish Navy used theirs all up, and guess who didn't? The American Navy still had their really high-grade coal, and were able to catch the Spanish Navy and kind of absolutely defeated and destroyed the Spanish Navy, all because of different grades of coal. All right, now, if you take a look at this, I don't know if you can see this, but that is cherry red. That's how red you can get everything with coal. It's mind-blowing the amount of heat energy in there. Now, you gotta remember, coal is simply carbon that is, what, 60, 80, 100 million years old? That's all old dead critters that's just giving a little bit of oxygen. Right here, that's what the purpose of this pump is for, is give a little bit of oxygen, and it becomes extremely high burning, and you can melt all kinds of material with it, okay? It's the same basic principle as we said for aviation people. When you have rocket fuel, they just use regular, more or less, kerosene diesel fuel in certain rockets. You simply got to add oxygen to it. That's the oxidizer they take with them up into space. It's an oxidizer that suddenly makes it burn like holy crap crazy. And it's the same principle behind my torch right over there. That my torch, that big orange tank, is nothing but an oxidizer that takes that Rhino tank from Quick Trip that I make grill steaks with, and actually I melted the lead with that thing right there. You just add oxygen to it, and I can cut through steel that's 2 inches thick. So you add the oxygen, it makes a heck of an it's oxidizer, and it makes the fire burn extremely hot. So anyway, the whole idea, like I said, is that it's used, you take the oxygen, put it together with fuel, and you get an extremely hot burning fire. Now, my goal with this was to get this lead nice and clean. I'm taking off any slag impurities that I might find on there. Get it to the point that I'm going to pour it into, I've got a bullet mold here. So what this is for, these are bullet molds that are made for a 1873 Remington rolling block buffalo gun. And obviously I'm not shooting buffalo with it, but it's a really cool piece of history from out west that I shoot black powder in, and it's kind of fun to shoot off my porch and scare the neighbors, whatever else. I don't shoot at the neighbors, but I scare the neighbors with a big old explosion. But anyway, it's 50 caliber, so these are big bullets. And the goal is with this one, I'm going to get my pan over here somewhere. Where'd I put my pan? Where's my pan? My pan. Oh, it's hidden right here. Pan. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and simply take a molten lead, and it's starting to get cool on top. Pour, let's full pour, boom. And now what I do is put it back in the fire and let it cool for, it's supposed to be about 20 seconds. Ah, no! I let it go too long, and I got too much ash flying everywhere. I'm going to clean my lead again. For about 15-20 seconds, it's really simple that it should be cool enough that whack this with a hammer, throw that back in the lead pot, and voila, boom, 2 decent bullets. They're okay. So the first batch is always kind of iffy because the mold is cold. I'm going to clean my lead again. One more time, take the slag off. Now, what's really cool about this is it also demonstrates the melting point differences in different metals. You've got your cast iron underneath that has very high temperature, the spoon, different high temperature melting point lead. It's unbelievable how easily that stuff melts. Lower, I can't remember half that gauge what the temperature is. Oh, I'm bad at pouring. And boom, we got 2 more made. Move my fire around a little bit. Give me a little more heat. Now, crossing over to physics. The idea here is that what I'm melting to make these bullets are wheel weights. And I got these from a local auto repair shop that when they make rubber tires for cars, making them absolutely perfect is quite literally there. Those are 2 are pretty darn good. Put the slag back in there. Pour a couple of more. But when they make tires, they're not perfectly balanced. So what ends up happening is that if you didn't have your tires balanced, your car would shake like crazy going on the highway. So what they do is they take the tire before they put them on your car, and they put them in a machine that spins them like crazy, and it finds where it might be not balanced, and then they take these doodads right here, this thing right here, they clip them on the side of the tire where it's not balanced, and they always used to make them out of lead. Well, guess what that lead works really good for? Doomsday prepping. And you melt them all, take off all the impurities, and boom, you can see a couple more. Ooh, those are getting really pretty now. Those are really good. Take off the slag, heat it. Ow! Hole in the glove. Dang it! Stupid thing. Anyway, without talking and without having you guys listen, whatever else. Oh, now it's getting really pretty. Getting better at it. Ooh, those are going to be two really nice ones. Look at that baby. So anyway, if I was just able to go at this really quick, I could make 100 bullets really fast. And all I do is once my little pile of lead gets a little low, take another one of these, drop it in, and I spilled a little bit there. Give her a little more oxygen and get her really nice and hot. And probably you can already see it melting in probably about 15-20 seconds. There was another lead ingot that I just then scrape the slag off and do that. All I did, and don't tell my wife, but I took her muffin tin pan, one of the crusty ones in the kitchen, and actually one of her crusty pans, and I just melted over the stove, and boom, I've got 6 ingots of more or less pure lead. So anyway, yeah, tie a whole bunch of crap together here. You got this coal that is how old that all you do is add a little oxygen to it, and you got an incredible heat source. Also, what's kind of bad about it, and that's why I don't do this, and people don't do it much for anything else anymore, is that as this coal is burning right here, I better get my pile in here. I gotta add a little more. Hopefully the cat didn't crap in this stuff. God, there's a cat always poops in the corner in my coal. As this is burning, oh, I smell kitty pee. Oh, god dang it, that cat. I don't know why it's in the garage. But anyway, oh god, that smells. But as it's burning, you gotta remember, it's giving off all kinds of some nasty stuff to the environment. You're giving off some sulfur, you're giving off some mercury, and obviously not a good deal for the environment. I'm hoping on just this little bit here isn't too bad, but think about a power plant burning railroad cars of this every stinking day to get electricity. This fan that's rubbing above me here that I stole from the basement, that fan is being powered by coal burning 40 miles away up in Portage. So anyway, I guess it ties in all kinds of science here, and at least you get an idea what I kind of do for stupidity in my own free time. Oh, it's getting cold on me, dang it, I'm talking too much. There we go, that'll heat up. So anyway, my goal is to make, I got a whole bunch of ingots laying there. My goal is to make, I don't know, like I said, 100 bullets in a half hour here, and yeah, it's recycling, I guess, at a kind of a grand scale. All right, kids, hopefully they got something out of this. You wonder what the heck I'm doing all the time. All right, talk to you later. Bye.